Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Hey y'all.
I'm Claire,
Hi, I'm Avery.
and we're gonna be telling y'all about the Earth systems.
So, what are Earth systems? They can be placed into 5 major subsystems called land, air, water, rocks, and living things. These 5 subsystems are called spheres. Each of the spheres have different names, which we're going to tell you about today. These systems not only overlap but also interconnect.
Okay, so the geosphere is the Earth's solid rock or rigid outer layer known as the crust, as you can see there, kind of on that brown outer edge. And without the geosphere, it would not be possible for humans to live on the planet because there would be no solid ground, so you'd just fall right to the center. So in the Earth's geosphere, there are rocks, minerals, molten rock, sand, and mountains.
So our next one we're talking about is biosphere. So the biosphere is made up of the parts of the earth where we exist. So the biosphere extends from the deepest roots of the trees to the dark environment of the ocean trenches to rainforests and the high mountaintops. So basically what we live on is considered the biosphere. So the biosphere thrives on the food chain, and that's how it continues to develop and continue to stay alive.
So our next sphere is the hydrosphere. So the hydrosphere is the total amount of water on the planet. So that's all the lakes and rivers and oceans. So the hydrosphere, includes the water that is on the surface of the planet. So like I said, lakes and rivers and oceans, and underground and in the air. So the planet's hydrosphere can be liquid, vapor, or ice. On Earth, liquid water exists on the surface in the form of oceans, lakes, and rivers.
So the atmosphere is, if you guys look way up into the clouds, you see the sky. So the wind that is moving the trees or the flag in your schoolyard, even the sunshine you feel on your face, all of these are a result of our atmosphere. Earth's atmosphere stretches from the surface of the planet, so where we are right now, all the way to as far as 10,000 kilometers, which is 6,214 miles above. After that, the atmosphere blends into space. So the atmosphere is divided into many different layers based on the temperature.
So there are 5 different layers of our atmosphere. So there's the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and finally the exosphere.
So first off, we have the troposphere. The troposphere is the lowest layer of Earth's atmosphere inside of all of our weather on Earth. The troposphere is bonded on the top by a layer of air called the tropopause. The tropopause is what separates the troposphere from the stratosphere and on bottom by the surface of the Earth.
So the next one is the stratosphere. So the stratosphere is the next layer of Earth's atmosphere. It's the second layer of the atmosphere as you go upwards. So the ozone is an unusual type of oxygen molecule that is relatively abundant in the stratosphere. And it heats up this layer as it absorbs energy from the incoming ultraviolet radiation from the sun.
So the next sphere is the mesosphere, which is directly above the stratosphere and below the thermosphere. It extends from about 50 to 85 kilometers, which is 31 to 53 miles, which is above our planet. Scientists use instruments on sounding rockets to sample the mesosphere directly, but such flights are brief and infrequent.
So next is the thermosphere. So the thermosphere is directly above the mesosphere and below the exosphere. So it extends from about 90 kilometers, which is 56 miles, between 500 and 100 kilometers. So that's 311 to 300 or 621 miles above our planet, which is super far away. So the solar activity strongly influences the temperature in the thermosphere.
Exosphere. So the exosphere is the outermost layer of our atmosphere. Exo means outside and is the same prefix used to describe insects like grasshoppers that have a hard shell or exoskeleton on the outside of their body.
So next is the cryosphere. So the components of the cryosphere play a super important role in our Earth's climate. So there are places on Earth that are so cold that the water is frozen solid. These areas of snow or ice, which are subject to temperatures below 32 degrees, which is crazy, for at least part of the year, this is what the cryosphere actually is. So the other part of the cryosphere is the ice that's found in the water.
So those are all the spheres that we're going to be talking to you guys about today. Hopefully you guys learned a lot about our spheres, and hopefully you learned a little bit more about what's on the outside of our Earth. So
Thank you all.